Welcome back, everyone. So we're into the semi-finals of the New Zealand National Championships. So we have Kevin Kim on Iyslander playing against Nish on Briar. And this is going to be a good one. I feel we've had some absolutely amazing Iyslander versus Briar games.
Yep.
We finished that off the rounds of Swift with back-to-back ones.
Yeah,
so just letting everyone know the results of the other quarterfinals. We had an Oldham mirror, won by Oldham. So our other semi-final is going to be Dennis Sang versus Matt Rogers. So that one's going to be off camera. So we'll have the semi-final, then we'll move through to the final. And this is going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to this. I feel Kevin is like one of those amazing deck builders, probably a little bit underrated of a New Zealand player. I feel he's really good, but he hasn't had like a chance to shine on the big stage at this point.
And now he is.
Now he is. So because I believe Kevin is part of a team with some other players people may know, like Jason Lai, Yuki tests with him as well, Matthew Clark from Australia, Justin Wong, and a bunch of others. Sorry, I probably can't list all of them right now. But in terms of their results, I believe Matthew Clark came top 4 at Australian Nationals, Yuki came top 4 in Canadian Nationals. So
Justin Wong came 24th today.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
So Kevin's looking to see if he can do one better and make the finals, even take out the tournament.
He finished X2.
I believe so, yeah.
And Nish finished X4, I believe. So Kevin will get to choose who starts.
We're starting things off with in case, I believe. Looks like this has not been fused, or... Okay, looks like it may just be coming through for 3. Yeah, so Kevin trying to represent his team here. Unfortunately, his teammate Jason came with a heartbreaking 9th, but sometimes, unfortunately, that's how it comes down. So just having a quick look at the equipment here, we've seen Nish presenting the tunic, Arcane Barrier 3, Null Rune Boots, Vexing, and Crown of Dichotomy. I feel all 3 Briar players we've seen have presented different equipments.
Yeah.
So choosing not to play either the Snapdragon Scalers or the Spellbound Creepers in this matchup.
Yeah, so I think in Nish's deck, he plays Oasis Respite.
Okay.
So I think he's trying to get Tunic 2 free counters and just hold it Oasis Respite for one of Kevin's big turns.
Yep, so we'll see if we can have a get the deck list out for you as well.
So, funny thing, Nish and Kevin already played today. They played round 11.
Okay, and who won that one? I believe it was Kevin. Okay, so Kevin's looking to see if he can go 2 for 2. Just not quite sure what's happened there. If Nish is thinking, or if there's just been an issue they're resolving, but I'm sure once things get going, they go pretty quickly in this game, I feel.
Oh, so Nish is on the Ethan side tech, one Razor Reflex.
Oh, okay. I believe. On the stick list, you wrote Razor, but it's alright. Yeah, we're having a look here, and looks like Kevin's on the 9/8 Ice Vein game plan, which is okay. Looks like they were just sorting out a phone for live totals. Maybe the old phone died. We'll just see if we can get the notifications turned off on that phone. And I think they're just taking care of that now. Alright, so we're about to jump into the action. And I feel like I haven't spoken about Nish, but I feel Nish has been one of those players who's just been constantly improving his game. At sort of local events and everything. And I feel like hard work has paid off with a really good performance so far. He's made the top 4 of the national championships.
Yeah, Nish actually started losing lost round 1 yesterday, and then he clutched out and then just won 6 rounds in a row. During draft, and now he is in the top 4. So kudos to him.
Okay, wait. Someone's saying the encase went to the bottom of the deck, not the graveyard. So can we just maybe double check on what happened there?
Because I don't see the encase in the graveyard, right?
Yeah, was that... Okay, we'll just see if our... Okay, Sonata comes through.
It's all good, just reveal it.
Okay, and they fixed that up. They may have just been forgotten within the life total things.
Love to see it. So, you reveal an instant, but you still hit the card.
Yeah. Okay, so Sonata's coming in for 1 arcane damage.
Yeah, so you got a Scar for a Scar, so it's not the best card right now because, you know, Iyslander does start with 36 life and Nish is still on 40.
So now it comes down, let's see if he has a second on attack action to create that all-important sort of embodiment of lightning, and I feel like we're about to see one.
Okay, Force of Nature.
Okay, let's see if that's fused. Okay, Force of Nature, not fused, creating that embodiment of lightning token. Looks like Kevin may be holding priority here, so we'll see if he wants to respond. You know, I have to say, this has been one of my favourite matchups to watch all weekend.
Yep, it has.
So Scar for a Scar, you know, who needs go again when you just make your own go again?
Yeah. Unfortunately, this won't be affecting the Force of Nature triggers unless Nish has a Lightning Press.
Yep.
Because its attack has not been buffed.
So just coming through for 4, I feel like a Lightning Press would be pretty good. Now we'll see. I mean, that's the thing, if he creates Frostbite under his control, he can still play that Lightning Press.
Okay, met with a Fateful Scene.
Okay, so this could be followed up by a Rosetta. Oh, it looks... Is he going to Lightning Press this here? No, so Swarming Blue Veil coming in for
Free go
the
again.
3. Now, because of the interaction there, if this did hit, he would... Okay, and then the Snatch coming through for 4. As we're saying...
Yeah, Kevin can't block this without using equipment or a reaction in the arsenal. He only has 1 card left.
Okay, so, I mean, a pretty good start for Nish here, I feel. So the Fateful Scene was used on that Scar for a Scar.
Blocking 3, take 1. Nish making an Earth, and we'll draw a card. Yep.
And I'm probably not going to get a peek at that one.
Yeah, and Kevin just passed the turn.
Okay, so, I mean, you know, not devastating or anything, but I feel Nish is going to be pretty happy with that opening exchange. So the embodiment of Earth trigger. Okay,
Ooh.
so here we see the Brain Freeze come out, fused with Frost X. Now, this is quite a good one, so he's hoping to be able to sort of shut down a critical element of Nish's turn here. Ooh, okay, so the 2 interesting targets here, the Exude Confidence and the Enlightened Strike.
Yeah, I don't think Nish will be too bothered about the because like if he hits the Lion Strike, sure, play Exude. E-Strike for 7, you know?
Yeah. It will possibly be an E-Strike 5 go again, something from Arsenal with the other cards.
Because Nish's Arsenal is unknown from that Snatch draw.
See, and just to keep in mind, this doesn't create the Frostbite as it's on Ice card. Okay, so choosing to put that Line Strike back on top here. So we'll see how Nish wants to proceed.
Nish plays a Rebel on that. Thanks for the red.
So, I mean, the Time of Harvest, so pitching the Weave Earth into the Time of Harvest here as well.
Oh yeah, that's also a play.
You know, it draws him basically a...
Draw back the E-Strike. And 2 cards.
Yeah.
And Kevin can't really threaten anything during this turn because he has no Arsenal now. He didn't make a Frostbite.
Okay, choosing to pitch the Sonata here, so it looks like he's going to reveal 4 cards.
Interesting.
So, I'm going to make a prediction that one of those is Enlightened Strike. I've just got a feeling.
Oh, okay, sweet. We'll see.
There we go.
Dude.
This is why they pay the big bucks. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's
Ooh,
1.
so he gets 1 card. So we've got Shamir, I believe it's at the top 4 from Pro Tour Lil in the chat, so shout out to you, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, he's got to support the Briars, you know?
Okay, so they're just going to clean up those Sonatas there. That's an easy one to forget sometimes. Okay, so one thing is that Channel Mount Heroic is, going to be shuffled back in. So I believe he's just considering if he wants to.
So he has. So we know his hand. He has an Exude and a blue.
Yep.
So maybe he's going to get back his Alliance Strike. Kevin preventing the Arcane. Make sure to shuffle them out. It's not on play yet.
Yeah. Hey, maybe a little bit of nerves from both players here. I mean, it is the semi-final on stream of the national championship.
I believe it's both players' first.
First game on stream this weekend, or?
Yes, and first Premier top.
Okay, yeah, totally understandable. Shamir's right, repping the Iyslander, so rooting for Kevin. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the Weave is coming down now. It's going to create that embodiment of lightning.
Yep. So it's going to go Alliance Strike draw.
Yep, so the lightning strike draw into Rosetta is pretty nice.
Arsenal.
So, yep, not really any chance of a frostbite here. Yeah, so I feel that that Briar here has got probably the better of the very early go, but there's a lot of game left to play.
Okay, so Kevin is responding with Waning Moon, dealing 3 damage.
So Waden's going to come in for 3. Okay, so choosing to take the full 5 from the lightning strike here.
Coming Rosetta for 2 and 2. Okay, Kevin taking 9 damage this turn.
Okay, now I feel we may see something like an Aether Ice Vein or an Insidious Shield come down. That is a lot of... Okay, an Amulet of Ice, not the setup card.
And the Aether Hail.
Okay, so he's established the Amulet. I feel the Amulet and the Insidious Shields, if we've mentioned, are very critical in this matchup. So I feel he's happy with establishing the Amulet of Ice on the board, coming through for 4th Aether Hail, and still setting up that Arsenal card for next turn.
Yep. I think Nish most likely will just take this 4 damage. It's not really threatening anything, it's not threatening his hand.
Yeah, unless he's sort of bricked with multiple cards he's not able to play and wants to pitch away a blue.
Yeah.
It seems like he's going to be pretty happy to perhaps just take the damage here. And like we mentioned, the benefit of this Arcane Barrier 3 setup is, one thing is for the blue Aether Ice Veins, you are able to prevent those outright. Okay, so just a quick read of the Amulet. So the embodiment of Earth Trigger will create a priority window for Kevin.
Okay, he chooses to prevent 3. Might have too many blues in hand, or he goes, oh, I only need 3 cards in my arsenal to threaten you.
Yeah.
Why take unnecessary damage?
Yeah, when we saw Ethan utilise that strategy to great effect in the Swiss rounds. Okay, so here comes the Aether Ice Vein. I think that is blue.
Yeah, it has to be blue because it was played from last one.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I meant. So that's coming down fused. But as we mentioned, the Arcane Barrier 3 means he... Okay, so he's going to take the damage here. Discarding a Captain's Call red. So Amulet of Ice available if he would like to use it.
A little bit too early to use that.
Yeah, quite likely. I feel Kevin's going to be pretty happy with this. I feel he'd much rather have that Aether Hail damage prevented rather than this Aether Ice Vein that he set up.
Yeah. So maybe Nish just has a red.
Yeah, so Iyslander gained priority from the embodiment of Earth Trigger, for those wondering.
Yeah. I believe Nish will be choosing Go again. In case he already has a card that has built-in Go again, but we're not sure yet.
Yeah, so I feel he has a card in hand and an arsenal here. So he pitched the blue, he discarded a Captain's Call.
Okay, coming with Cokes.
Okay, so...
I believe this would have Go again, just because of the Tunic into Rosetta.
Yep, so we'll see, because clearly the Quicking Token is a lot more beneficial for the Briar player here. But we did see it sort of come through a little bit for an Iyslander in the Swiss, where because of the access to the cards like Command and Conquer, you are able to sort of come through with the big spike turn in the mid to late game.
And Kevin does play Command and Conquer.
Yes, looks like he does. Okay, so we're choosing to take the 4 here. Let's see what else
you would choose. I think Quicken will be an obvious choice. See if he chooses to draw a card or gain life.
Yep, so Nish immediately, putting Kevin under a bit of pressure here in this early game. Here's a foil Quicken for me and just a sleeveless token. Okay, now I'm not sure if he's thinking on the other triggers as well. Or if he's just considering what his follow-up would he'd like to do here. Okay, so both drawing a card. So he wants to keep his foot on the gas here.
Yeah, I can see that because Nish does have a Quicken. If he attacks a Rosetta, the Quicken's kind of wasted, right?
Yeah.
He wants to try to draw a Snatch or another 0/4 that doesn't have Go again. Keep pressuring. And here we go, Gorganian Tome.
So that's going to create the embodiment of lightning as well, which
Yeah.
is not the best with the Quicken here. I mean, it's fine, but it just gets a little bit wasted. I suppose no, not necessarily, because you use the Quicken on the weapon and keep the embodiment of lightning.
So I pay you the big bucks, Karen.
Okay, so Nish will be really hoping to follow up with a, like you said, one of those 0/4 impact.
So Nish does have 2 cards in hand now.
Yep.
Access to a lightning and a Quicken. I hope he... I wonder if he'll attack with his weapon first.
Yeah, we'll see, because you quite likely if you want to actually use that Quicken token, so I feel he's aware of it, so he's just going to have a think of how he wants to progress here.
Create a rune shark?
No, he doesn't have the grass token at this time. Oh, I think he was going to do that. Honestly, really easy mistake to make.
Okay, he's taking over Rosetta first.
Okay, so this will burn the Quicken and still leave the embodiment of lightning up. Okay, so Kevin choosing to prevent the arcane damage here.
Oh, this blue is pretty good. Autumn's Touch is preventing 2.
Okay. So, wow, another strong turn for
Yeah,
Nish there.
and Kevin's just setting up another Amulet Ice.
Wait, what happened to that embodiment of lightning?
Oh, yeah, they must...
Because that embodiment, I believe, should still be in play. It was not broken on the Rosetta attack. Okay, so Kevin getting down a second Amulet of Ice and using the Coronet Peak here. Now, we can see Nish does have the Tunic counter on 3. So, that will be available in order to...
There we go, remembered it.
Yep, so the Tunic here being able to sort of nullify the Coronet Peak is quite strong here. It's not going to tax the card. Still gets rid of a resource, so we can see... Okay, instead choosing to...
Maybe he doesn't have any blues in hand.
Yeah.
Alright.
So this might be an opportunity here for Kevin to try pivot. So, even something like some sort of fuse attack and just burn one of the amulets just to buy yourself a little bit of breathing room. Ooh, and a channel like Frigid is pretty damn good at doing that too. So I think, just looking across at his opponent and saying, look mate, let's slow things down a little bit here. And as you mentioned, discarding that Channel Mount Heroic may be an indication that he either has one or is just sort of lacking blues and really needs that genetic resource.
Or maybe he goes, oh, I don't need it.
Okay, so the Frostbite token. Okay, so it looks like he maybe just be considering if he wants to respond with anything. Not sure what he would with here. Yeah, but if he has run into a roadblock with multiple reds here, that channel like Frigid is doing a ton of work. Ooh, and we saw him pitch 2 reds for Ravenous Rabble.
Let's go.
And using that embodiment of lightning on it as well.
At least he revealed red, right?
Yeah, at least it's coming in for 4. It does mean there's, no follow-up with the Rosetta because the tunic would cost 1 to activate. So I feel this is Kevin's opportunity really to make something happen.
Yeah, I think Kevin's looking for an Aether Ice Vein in his hand, but the life difference is getting quite different, Kieran. It's like 32 to 19. Kevin really hasn't applied much pressure, maybe hasn't found the right cards. We will see if he has it this turn.
Yeah, because I feel like, okay, so choosing to steal Aether Hail.
So I guess he's just going to Waning Moon him?
One thing is here, I feel like he'll be wanting to, I believe he may be keeping that ice card to pitch to the Coronet Peak. He really wants to keep this channel like Frigid up for another turn. So yeah, I think he's just saying, look, I'm going to tax you 1 card. And also, a cool interaction is, because the channel like Frigid is active, he cannot use the tunic counter to pay for that, so it is going to take 1 card. So, a good heads up play from Kevin here. Like we were saying, I feel Kevin's really holding out for one of those Aether Ice Veins, isn't he? Because he needs one of those plus the amulet in order to establish a bit of control. Similar to how we saw in the quarterfinal, while Henry was playing from behind a lot of the game. Sorry, not the quarterfinal.
Round 12.
Round 12. Okay, so choosing to discard the Sonata here. Okay, so channel like Frigid is active. Embodiment of Earth triggers. Let's see if Kevin has something here. I feel these next 2 turn cycles are going to be like very critical for both players.
Correct. Nish really wants a blue and just try for it in 8.
Okay, so the Heart of Finder coming down. The Aether Ice Vein, okay.
Yeah, like you said, it's blue, so Nish does have no in 3, so he can be easily prevent all 3.
Yeah, but we'll still take a blue card to do that, which is fine, and potentially with the Amulet device if he wants to use one of them here, just to try, like we said, get himself a little bit of breathing room. And we see the nice Heart of Finder there just to, help tick up that life total a little bit.
Yeah, because you're always low in life.
Yeah.
In Iyslander, you're always playing from behind.
Okay, so Nish really thinking this one through. It's going to be very difficult for him for here if he does not have that blue card. Oh, he does have the option just to discard. Okay, so Nish really considering this one here.
He does have the blue, yep.
So he does have the blue, able to prevent the damage, will not get taxed. Definitely the benefit of playing Arcane Barrier 3. Now, Amulet is live, so he doesn't have to use it now, but he is able to use it at instant speed.
Okay, coming for Cokes. Pretty good on hit, get a quicker, right?
Yep. So the Cokes is quite nice here. So Kevin with 3 cards remaining from hand.
Okay, takes the 4.
Takes it. Now, I do feel we're going to see something. Yeah, I said it last time, Insidious, but he dropped the amulet. But something like a...
Aether Ice Vein?
Yeah, Aether Ice Vein would be ideal for him. I mean, even something like a Command and Conquer, just to try to steal back a little bit of that tempo.
Oh, Command and Conquer would be perfect.
Tunic will be ticking up to 3 as well. And the Channel Lake Frigid's still in play, which makes the Coronet Peak still pretty good. And that is a yellow Aether Ice Vein, so, now we're cooking. Now we're playing Flesh and Blood for Kevin. So this is coming down for 4 damage, so even if he pitches a blue, he's still going to have to pay the tax here. Oh, no, that's a red, so that's coming in for 5.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, he revealed Cold Snap, which is very good. Once the Embodiment of Earth triggers, he'll be able to use it on that window lockdown Arsenal, or he can keep his Channel Lake Frigid alive by pitching it for his second ice card for the Waning Moon.
Absolutely, and I feel very disciplined from Kevin here, holding on to those amulets, recognizing how important they are.
Yep.
Lucky it's something I would have just burned them off, you know.
They're not as good as Insidious Chill, just because, you know, you don't have free counters on them. It's a one-time use. Yep. So Nish lifting the take 4.
Yep. So he's paying here to prevent 1 damage and pay the tax. So just an efficient use of the card there. I think Kevin's still going to be pretty happy with this play. So now he's just tossing on. He's like, okay, look, you've pitched the blue. What does that tell me? Does it tell me you have another blue? I don't want to keep my Channel Lake around and give up my arsenal.
Yeah, this is a very big decision from Kevin. Remember, he keeps the Channel Lake around or not.
It really is here.
Because the Channel Lake has slowed down Nish for
Yeah, but
the last 2 turns.
and in a way, it's like not purely, but it has kind of semi-frozen that tunic in place. So this is actually a very difficult decision here for Kevin. Now, what would you do, Newson? I'm putting you on the spot because I don't know.
I would probably Waning Moon.
Yeah, it's tough because if you're winning, because sometimes people. Okay, so he's giving up the Channel Lake Frigid. I actually kind of like that here because sometimes
That's why I'm not on the top 4.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes you rely on the Channel Lake Frigid too much, and then your opponent, you know, pitches a blue, just plays around the whole Channel Lake Frigid, and it doesn't matter. We saw Ethan do that very well last time. So here comes the Cold Snap. So let's see if Nish, you know, wants to activate that Tunica response to generate a resource. It means he will be able to pay for it, but he'd still have the Frostbite. Again, as we mentioned earlier, this is one of those critical turns now. Like, if Kevin's able to stabilize this board just a little bit, then he has 2 amulets to lean on to really sort of, you know, start really putting the pressure on. Okay, so he did have the second blue. I think that really has paid off for Kevin not keeping that channel around.
Yeah, so he's choosing to unfreeze his arsenal.
Okay, so he will be able to crack that Frostbite here by, you know, using the Tunic or paying 1 to activate the Tunic.
So it means, does he have attack? Well, I pump. Okay, so you
multiple blues in hand.
Okay, I'm gonna go channel him out.
Okay,
Come with a snatch.
I think that was a really good decision not to keep that Channel Lake around. That
So that channel mount did cost 4. Yep. There we go. Come on, show me the snatch.
Okay, so does he have the follow-up attack here? Does have that quicken down, snatch or coax would be very strong here.
Any attack right now would be strong, right? 7 and into Rosetta.
Exactly. Even something like a Erase Face with the Tunic available.
Looks like it does. Old Rebel.
Okay, so Rebel is going to break that quicken.
Yeah, hits a red. Must be.
So this one is coming in for 7, I believe, with Go Again.
Coming in with 2 and 2 after. Yeah, Nish is really in the driving seat. You know, he's kept this life total high. He's played around 2 turns of Channel Lake, Frigid, and then now he's just applying the pressure.
And this is quite tough for Kevin here because he's going to be facing down. Okay, so he defends with an 8th of Hail here, so he'll be taking 3.
4.
I'll be taking 4 and then potentially taking 0, but potentially facing down damage here from the Rosetta.
Yeah, that's stripping 2 cards though. And the Rosetta will come in with 2 and 2.
I mean, he does have the option to prevent the 2 Arcane rather than the Waning Moon here with 2 resources available. We'll see if he wants to prioritize that or the Moon.
Yeah.
Which is... It's a bit of a tough decision because, you know, I feel the gut feeling, gut instinct might just be, let's just prevent the Arcane, keep my life total high. But I think he also recognises he's got to put pressure on his opponent's life total. Okay, so choosing to take it and then Waning Moon for 3.
Alright, so whatever's in Kevin's arsenal, it has to disrupt Nish's turn.
Yep, so
Nish, it looks like Insidious Chill.
Okay, so Kevin really under a lot of pressure here.
Oh, but he does have 2 cards, so he can use Coronet's Peak. But Nish does have the Tunic.
Does have the Tunic available.
Okay. See if Nish will use the Tunic.
Yeah, Yeah, so it feels like the Tunic may be used here. You know, I also wonder if we might see something like an early Storm Striders this game. Just sort of something to... the other thing is here, because he used the Fateful Scene, there's no embodiment of Earth Trigger to respond to.
Come on, Nish, remove that dice from the Tunic.
Okay, let's see if he does want to use the Tunic here.
There we go. Finally uses Tunic.
Yeah.
8 turns later.
Okay, so now Kevin's facing down a 4-card hand in Channel Mount Heroic.
And he does not have a priority window.
Yeah, and there's no priority window for the embodiment, so this is going to be quite difficult, I feel. 3 counters on Tunic, Storm Striders available. Okay, so Nish looked like he was about to play Captain's Call there, but men maybe thought that, thought about it because the
priority, right?
Yeah, I mean... okay, so I think he remembered...
Technically, he didn't do anything. Nothing's advanced in the game state.
Yeah, the card wasn't tabled, so I think that will be... So he remembered in the nick of time there. Okay, so we'll see what Kevin's able to string together here. I mean, it is good for him if Nish doesn't have a natural go-again attack. Okay, so we see the Captain's Call being played. Tunic used, Storm Striders. Okay, so he is going for the early Storm Striders play. I actually really like this here because you just cannot deal with like this big, on 11 life, dealing with a massive Channel Mount Heroic turn.
Well, we'll probably see the Amulet of Ice this game.
Yeah, I feel we might be seeing an Aether Iyslander play coming down.
But then again, Nish is still on so much life.
Yeah, I feel it's just more about the tempo than life at this point.
Yeah.
Because you may be thinking, look, I don't necessarily need the Storm Striders to close out this game at the end. What I need to do is establish control.
Even like with this and double Amulet of Ice, it's only ripping 3 cards.
Yeah,
which is Nish's hand.
Which is his whole hand, yeah. So, unless, I mean, what he's really hoping for is that Nish doesn't have 2 blues. Because 2 blues would be paying the full tax for everything, and having a card up with the Captain's Call. Now, he did see multiple blues be pitched on previous turns, so...
When you need a blue, you should get them, Kieran. If you haven't seen Ethan. When you saw Ethan play, just had a blue whenever you needed it, right?
It's true, it's true. So nice heads up play, recognising the power of the Coronet's Peak. Yes, he's able to use it with the Tunic, but this prevents him from pitching a blue plus Tunic to nullify 2 of those instances here. So I feel Kevin doing a good job under pressure, recognising what he needs to do to stay in this game. Yeah, but a good point from the chat here, he could still play an ice card from his arsenal. Yeah, so I actually really like the Storm Striders play here. I think it's one of those things that like great Wizard players know. It's like Storm Striders isn't just for closing out the game at the end. You know, it's nice to preserve it for that, but it's kind of like break in case of emergencies as well. Okay, choosing to take the full 5. Oh, that's the first blue pitch. Now we'll see if we get an amulet activation. Okay, first amulet cracked here. Discard a card.
Is he going to crack the second one?
Oh, it's a difficult choice, right? Because
he has to, right?
If he goes for the Frostbite play, he still has 1 resource available for a huge attack coming in here.
But if he has a 0 cost, that Frostbite won't be doing anything, right?
Exactly.
So I feel like he has to use Amulet of Ice.
Yeah, now, I mean, Kevin definitely in a bit of a tough spot because he appreciates how important these amulets are.
Yep.
But I feel like this is the correct play here. Oh. Okay, and he's like, oh, you want to reset me? I don't think so.
Only doing 1. Oh, it prevents the 1, at least. Alright, so...
I mean...
That's not the worst for Nish.
No. That's the thing. I feel like Kevin, really good identification of the board state there, knowing he had to crack the Striders. He now allows himself to tax a card with a Coronet's Peak and set up a card in Arsenal. So whilst you're absolutely right, it's not like that was devastating for Nish by any means. But I think that's exactly the sequence that Kevin was looking for to try gain back a little bit of this tempo here. Yeah, so I mean, things were looking pretty grim. 4-card hand channel mount heroic. But yeah, that priority window created by the captain's call, which he needed to play, to be fair, just put a lot of pressure. I mean, technically he could have just gone for a snatch or something, but
didn't have to go again, right? You know.
And on this just side, look, I mean, yes, channel mount heroic is down, but he's dealt with both amulets of ice.
Oh, he's going Ravenous Rebel. His hand must be pretty good for him to scout Ravenous Rebel. Ravenous Rebel is usually one of the best, 0/4
Natural going
cards.
So far I think really well played by both players this game. Now that's twice. Nish has narrowly avoided missing those tunic triggers. And these are just so important with the Coronet Peak in particular, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nish with access to a 3-card hand there, and you can still dish out plenty of damage with a 3-card hand. Okay, and Line of Strike coming in for, I'm not sure. Honestly, it could be either or. Could be 7, could be 5 go again with a follow-up attack. We'll see if they are nice to us and put the dice on. Okay, it's 7. Just like I predicted, eh? Okay, so I like this play from this year. It kind of removes that. I mean, yes, there's a priority window, but it removes the ability of that nice card from Arsenal creating that tax effect.
Yeah, 7 solid. It's on 11.
Yep, comes with a 7, sets up his Arsenal card for next turn. So Kevin, without being able to lean on those amulet devices now. Okay, so the Channel Lake Frigid comes down here.
Okay.
Okay, so nice efficient use of resources there. So he plays the Channel Lake Frigid out and then gets the Amulet of Ice down. And I think what we may see is just another Coronet's Peak activation here to preserve the Channel Lake Frigid. And just sneaking in before that Tuna gets the 3. So I feel like we're really seeing the power of the Coronet Peak come through this game. Okay, so I feel if you're Kevin here, you're really crossing your fingers saying, please don't have that big blue hand, right? But as well, like this is lined up very nicely again with the tunic the tunic coming up to 3 and lining up the Channel Lake Frigid here. So the Bramble Spark hits the bin. Embodiment of Earth that's going to create that priority window. Can't even make a Frostbite here. Okay, so man, I'm on the edge of my seat here. I feel all these Iyslander games are very close. I feel both these players are very experienced and have probably practiced the matchup a lot of times, with these being 2 of the... Oh, and he did miss the tunic trigger?
How come?
The tunic actually happens at the start of turn, embodiment's at the start of your action phase, so I think that has been missed.
Oh, come on, Nish.
Yeah, I think that has been missed here. They can check with the judge, but it's pretty clear the way those resolve. Oh, just as we were saying that he had 2 near misses in a row, and then the 3rd one gets him, and just so punishing into it. I mean, the Channel Lake Frigid is down, so it kind of mitigates the damage this does.
But next turn, he might be able to just remove Tunic and come on next pick. But Nish is like, who needs Tunic?
Ooh, okay.
Coming in for with an Exude. 2 cards in hand. And he still has 2 resources. Now, I believe Exude, you do not need to pay the additional cost to use this ability, right?
No, I don't believe so. Maybe we'll just check on that quickly.
So this Exude could be threatening 8 damage.
Yeah, this Exude's very, very powerful here, so we'll see what Kevin wants to respond with here. Yeah, and just as a reference to the chat, I mean, to be honest, it just when the Briar player resolves the embodiment of Earth trigger, it's not like the Iyslander has done anything wrong. Like you've chosen to resolve it and you've missed your tunic counter. I mean, I think at the professional level of play, it's just not really reasonable to expect someone else to let you take something back.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure if Kevin missed his own tunic trigger, he wouldn't be expecting Nish to let him take it back. So, I just want to point that out here. Okay, but back to the game. Okay, so the Exude Confidence coming down, 2 resources available. That's a very nice card to have into the Channel Lake Frigid hand as well.
Yeah, potentially for 8 damage is pretty good. Oh. Alright.
Okay, so the Coronet Peak, which has done so much work over the course of this game, may be given up here.
That's why that joke's no. Oh, yep. Okay. Looks like everyone wants to keep his hand.
Oh, the Lightning Press coming
7.
down.
Does he have a blue to pump us to 9? So I think that would be 5 damage. Going down to 4. Nish passing priority.
Okay, so the heads up play playing around Lightning Press there, because if he did have the blue, that could have been lethal, right?
Yeah.
With another blue pitch there. Okay, but Kevin really under a lot of pressure here. So life total is 20-4. I mean, Iyslander is more about establishing a lot of control, so pitching.
Oh, he did have a sink below in hand. A Ice Vein. Let's go.
Okay, Aether Ice Infused, revealing Insidious Chill. Now, this might be a spot where he will elect to keep the Channel Lake Frigid around, particularly with that tunic on.
He does have a card in hand.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, right, so
yeah.
he
So
gets
he has 2 cards in hand, so he'll get the Waning Moon activation as well.
As I like to say, it's the Hannah Montana play because it's the best of both worlds.
Yep.
Getting right here. Anyway, sorry, back to the game. So, this Aether Ice Vein coming in, it's coming in for 4. It will be taxing away a card. It will allow him to pitch the Waning Moon for 2 more damage and keep that Channel Lake Frigid in play. But yeah, Kevin being forced to block the Coronet Peak there, definitely under a lot of pressure this game.
It's just like a turn cycle, he does not draw a for Ice Vein, for example.
Yeah.
He won't be able to do anything to disrupt Nish.
Now one thing is here, if that other card is an ice card, he may be able to pitch that and keep the Insidious Chill in Arsenal,
Yep.
and get that down to try buy himself a little bit of time.
So, yep, taking 4, or discarding.
Okay, we'll see the Aether Ice Vein effect being resolved, Coat's Commotion gone.
Waning Moon for 2. There's no way he takes the. Yep, seems like Nish will be fine with that. Guessing he has a blue in hand. Yep. Okay.
Okay, so the Channel Lake Frigid ticks up.
Did he pitch Insidious Chill?
He did a pitch in the
Okay, so
session,
the
yeah.
Arsenal card is.
Okay, so the Embodiment of Earth.
Okay, remember this tunic this time.
Yep.
Good job, Nish.
Okay, but now that this game is getting a lot tighter, so life total 14-4, Channel Lake Frigid in play. Does Kevin have the disruptive card from Arsenal here? Because he is facing down 3 cards. I mean, the Vexing Cruel hand as well is just sitting there representing a little bit of extra damage. So yeah, I feel this game's like Nish has played this game very, very well. He's identified where he has to keep the pressure on, getting rid of cards he doesn't need.
Okay, so it's actually very good for Nish right now. The Embodiment of Earth triggered. Looks like Kevin did not have a response for that. So there won't be any like cold snaps or so on, or another A for Ice Vein.
Yep.
To disrupt Nish. So as long as Nish has that blue, some go again, he could close it out this turn.
Okay, it looks like Kevin may still be holding priority here. Just not completely sure. Oh, okay, so the Vexing Cool Hand has been popped, so that's going to create this 2 rune chance, which is a lot of spike damage here. It does create another priority window for Kevin. It is possible he may have the defense reaction in hand as well. I mean, he may have been stuck with double defense reaction into that Exude hand. Okay, so now Nish has 2 cards in hand, a card in arsenal, no resources available into a channel like Frigid.
Oh.
Okay, Swarming Gloom Veil being pitched, there's the blue.
This still has 1 card in hand, right? Yep. So it's coming. I believe that swarming should be coming for 4, right?
It is coming in for 4, yeah. So 4, it's coming for 4 with Go Again and
2 rune
2 rune chance. So the Rosetta is not active just yet. Okay, so we see both the rune chance prevented, leaving him with 3 cards in hand and an arsenal and Tunic. So potentially we could be seeing something like an Oasis Respite as well. That would be pretty big here. I mean, just the life, like that one little point of life could be pretty critical here. Okay, so it looks like he... Okay, so it was a sync blow from Arsenal, so a bit unfortunate for Kevin that he got stuck with the double sync on the Exude turn, particularly when it lined up with that channel like Frigid, that would have hurt him a little bit.
And now Nish.
Okay, so he's managed to shut down the sync below.
Does Nish have another 4 attack?
So Kevin, actually with 3 cards in hand here.
Yeah, but Nish still with 1 card and 3 resources available.
Oh, and it's the Exude Confidence. Okay, but I think that's his last card.
But think about it, if Kevin didn't use that sync on
the Swarming, yeah.
The Swarming,
that would have been devastating here. Okay, so the sync was able to shut down that Swarming Blue Veil, and now he's facing down the Exude Confidence coming in for 4.
luckily Nish is will be unable to pump the Exude just because of the short resources.
Yep.
But it is still threatening. That is still demanding 1 card from Kevin.
Yep, I mean, possibly the Tunic, but going down to 1, losing those Tunic counters.
Oh, it might be pretty dangerous, especially with Rosetta. It's like Barrier 2 is gone.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. Yeah, now the Rosetta Thorn was not active here because there's no on-attack action played, so I think you can see why he went for... Okay, so he's going to float a resource, go up to 2.
Nish will most likely prevent 1. Yep.
Wait a second. I don't think he played an on-attack action this turn, did he?
No.
Right, we just may need to pause that briefly if we can get the... Wait, did I miss something there, or...?
No, he didn't. He only played sync. He didn't play any attack actions. Was this on 14 or 16?
Okay.
Okay.
So he's gone down to 1. Okay. So Kevin keeping a... I think it might be an Aether Ice Fan here. He's
It has to be. It has to be.
keeping a 3-card hand. Oh! This is big here, and actually something to note, the embodiment of Earth Trigger was missed. We may need to check on that one because that's not technically a beneficial trigger, I don't believe. Because the Exude did hit, correct?
Yes, but
I'm not sure if both players have missed it and it's missed, but there should be an embodiment of Earth Trigger in play.
anyway, this nourishing emptiness isn't the end of the world. Kevin does have no access to Storm Stride anymore.
No.
So having a 5-card hand and Iyslander deck isn't the scariest thing. It's just more like you'll be most likely you'll be using Arsenal and just Waning Moon. So Nish can potentially take this. He knows Channel Lake will be being destroyed this turn.
Yeah, so I mean, both players have missed the embodiment of Earth Trigger. We'll just see what the judges say about this one. Okay, so they looks like they have one, but
I think the ruling is they would ask your opponent.
Yeah,
would you like your opponent?
Would you like to give them one?
And most likely would say, of course.
Yeah. So the thing is here is the Nourishing coming in for 6 with Dominate. I don't think this can be defended out because unless Nish has the Oasis Respite, like you mentioned.
Oh, and Tunic.
And a card because the Oasis doesn't count towards Dominate. That would be.
Oh, Oasis doesn't. Sorry, it only prevents 4. Oh, yeah, and a card, yeah.
And a card. So that would be a little bit of a heartbreaker here if you had the Oasis Respite.
Oh, that'd be a bit. Yeah, but using 2 cards to defend a card that's it's not really threatening you, right?
That's true. I mean, I suppose Kevin would probably be happy saying, look, yeah, sure, I'll face down 2 card hand.
Nish is probably like, okay, you can have 5 cards to block with next turn, so yeah.
Okay, so electing to take 6 here.
Okay.
You're right, no Storm Striders available, 5 card hand. And the thing is here, he's on 1 life playing against a Rosetta Thorn.
Yeah.
And that is going to be...
Bottom of Earth Triggers. Do we have a response?
Okay, so does he have the ability to fight through the Rosetta Thorn here?
Nish has 4 cards and Tunic. Okay, 9 strike. I believe will be for 5 go again.
Okay, so I wonder if it might be a defense reaction in Arsenal here, after choosing to not respond to the embodiment of Earth. But the thing is here, he's also potentially facing down a Lightning Press or Razor Reflex, which is nearly impossible to play around at this stage. Yeah, I think Kevin's done absolutely everything he can to stay in this game so far. It's just been one of those games that's been quite difficult from the get-go, and Nish has, played very, very cleanly, I feel. Well,
Mr. Tunic.
But, we won't call him up on that. Okay, so, yeah, someone mentioned Hypothermia. If he went Easter Egg Go again, Hypothermia would be absolutely massive here.
But don't remember, we do know Nish does play those Lightning Presses and Razor Reflexes.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 counters on Tunic also available. I'm not sure where that resource has come from.
Yeah, I think that was from last turn.
Okay.
Nish's last turn.
So Kevin really going into the tank here to try and figure out, is there something I can do to stay alive? I do feel like one of the turning points in this game was the Exude Confidence into the Channel Lake Frigid turn when we got stuck with 2 Snake Belows.
Yeah, that was huge.
That was massive. Really showing the power of Exude Confidence there.
Okay, put 1. Play Oasis. Yeah.
Okay, the Oasis Respite.
But yeah.
Now he's probably saying, please don't have that Lightning Press or Razor.
But that is still.
I know, so this is preventing 4, so this would be coming over for 1 damage.
Yeah.
But, oh, and he had the Hypothermia! Wow! That is... Wait, no, he still have the attack reaction or Lightning Press here, though, where you have to keep...
He's already taken the damage.
Oh, they already gone to...
Yeah.
And coming in with the Waning Moon, which is prevented. So Kevin lives to fight another day, and now this is an absolute thriller. Now Kevin has 3 cards in hand, the Hypothermia, what a clutch play, and the Oasis Respite. Does he have the 8th Ice Vein here? Does he have the 8th Ice... Okay, I'm not sure if something's being checked here. Okay, I'm not totally sure. I mean, yes, the embodiment which came through for damage, is that...
Oh, probably... That's the embodiment trigger?
Okay, and obviously at this stage of the game that is incredibly important. Okay, does he have the 8th Ice Vein? Wow.
I think he does. I think I saw a glimpse of him. And...
And he does have the 8 Ice Vein. I can't see what colour that is. I'm not sure if that's a yellow or a blue or a red. Oh, it's a yellow. It's a yellow, so this will be taxing a card.
Let's see if Nish has the Oasis Respite.
For me, this has almost been the game of the tournament. This has gone right down to the absolute wire. This, peak flesh and blood.
Because I know Nish does play. He plays.
The Oasis Respite. We'll see if he brings them in for this. You would think so. Okay, so he does have the Oasis Respite. Ooh.
But
Ooh, that is huge here. That is absolutely huge.
But he could have just used Tunic. But I guess the Scar doesn't really do anything, right?
No, it doesn't here. Okay, so the Oasis, so we're seeing just back-to-back huge plays here. That Oasis Respite was absolutely massive.
Yeah, he does play 3 Oasis Respite.
Yeah, because I think Kevin was looking to try to set up the kill turn there. And now he knows, yeah, so 2 cards gone from the hand, so he does have an Ice Bolt in Arsenal, which is public information, I believe. Oh wait, did he pitch?
Yes, he revealed it.
He revealed that. Choosing to pitch the Hypothermia there.
Oh, I guess he didn't expect the Oasis, right?
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to set up the kill turn. Okay, so Nish down to 2 cards in hand here. Now, the issue for Kevin is he is dead to the Rosetta Arcane damage, assuming no other tricks. Because that's coming for 2 Arcane if he can get that active.
No, Nish is playing with 3 cards.
He is playing with 3 cards here, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what Kevin's able to pull off. Yeah, that Oasis came at a very good time for him, but like, you know, the Hypothermia as well, like saved Kevin's life, and then the Oasis Respite on the other side.
Kevin is definitely hanging on. Okay, Ice Bolt.
Okay, so Ice Bolt coming down.
Coming in for free. Surely.
Okay, so one thing he needs to be aware of is the, you know, the Waning Moon is threatening 3. So he's kind of forcing Nish to keep some number of cards here. Particularly if he's got multiple reds in hand. You know, he did pitch the Scar for Scar. As you mentioned, Scar for Scar may have just been a dead card at that stage.
Yeah.
Not having go again. But Tunic and Arsenal here. And the thing is, you know, we saw an absolutely clutch Oasis Respite from Nish. But are we going to see one back from the other side from Kevin? We've only seen one from Kevin this game.
Yep, so Nish is floating the Tunic. Good.
Okay, yep, heads up play there, making sure he can get the resource available.
So no, he's going to take the free.
I know, so it looks like he's considering the Ice Bolt here. I have to say, if I was Iyslander, I probably would have lost this game about 4 turns ago. So, but man, absolute credit to both players. I feel we're talking about Iyslander a little bit because he's kind of been the underdog this game. He's been under the pump the entire game, but of course Nish also playing.
Okay, Nish is taking the free.
Okay, going down to things. So the Waning Moon actually is not lethal. I had that incorrect here. The Snatch. Okay, now the other thing is here is that he also has to consider the Lightning Press.
Yeah, yeah.
So is he going to defend with the card here?
He has to defend with all 3 cards. And if he doesn't have a reaction to stop this snatch.
Yep, so we've seen 1 Lightning Press. So the question is, can you play around the Lightning Press here? I think he's checking very good. Like, how many have I seen? Because it's really hard, right? If you play around the Lightning Press, are you just getting yourself into the death spiral? Because, like, say, you can't even block with 1 card and make them respond with the Lightning Press because you're dead on board.
Yeah.
But I think blocking with 1 card plus Oasis leaves you with 1 card in Arsenal, but then you leave them with the Lightning Press and a full hand to come back at you with. So does he have the Lightning Press?
It could be the 1 Razor as well.
I don't think it's the resources available. I think
He has 2 cards in hand.
He does have the 2 cards?
I believe, no, he has, Nish has 2 cards in hand,
Okay.
I believe.
Because he pitched
Because
this
he
card.
pitched Scar for Oasis, but
Oh, and then
Snatch was from
Snatch
the
from
Arsenal.
And certainly Kevin kind of wishing he had one more life here. Because if you're able to defend this go down to 2 and play the Oasis in response, that actually feels okay. But in the current position, it's really, really hard. Okay, so it looks like it won't be Razor, because I believe that was Scarborough pitched much earlier in the game.
He did pitch it, yeah.
I don't think he's back to the stack yet.
Oh, he has the Oasis. Does he have... Surely he has... A reaction?
Does he have the reaction?
Oh.
Oh, he stopped it. Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
Wait, what's... So I'm not actually quite sure what's happening.
Oh, he's Waiting Moon.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, Nish's hand must be... Blues?
I'm guessing, yeah, potentially blue. I mean, it's not a bad... It potentially has multiple non-go again attacks or blues. If he doesn't have a blue here, though...
That Waiting Moon will be leaking 1 damage. Because of Nish.
Oh, he did use a Vixen Quill hand. Okay, so this is going to let Kevin keep a card in Arsenal as well, right? I mean, it is possible that Nish has another Oasis Respite,
yeah.
but we've only seen one. Okay, so what are we going to see from this year?
Man, I do all these Briar Iyslander games always come down.
They always come down. It's one of my favourite matchups, I think, in this entire meta. Pitching 2... Oh, wait, no.
He was pitching 2... Yeah, he pitched 2 reds.
Pitching 2 reds.
I'm interested why he didn't use Bramble Spark on the Snatch. That could have... Because Kevin was on 1, that could have threatened...
Could have threatened lethal.
Okay.
Okay, so Nish down to 3 life here now. It might come down to what that Arsenal card is.
Might also come down Nish drew a blue and Oasis.
Yep, no, you're absolutely right. So no embodiment trigger, so no opportunity for a priority here.
Oh, so his hand was double Scars, Oasis and Bramble.
And it felt like this game was kind of about to be finished about 3 turns ago. Oh man. Just incredible play from both players here.
Kevin really clutching it out.
Now, one thing to note is even with a something like an Ice Bolt for 3 from Arsenal, Kevin can't threaten lethal here, just pure lethal count. So, okay, so Lightning Press coming in from hand.
Lightning Surge.
Sorry, Lightning Surge coming in from hand. I've got Lightning Press on the brain here at the moment. So again, he's really putting Kevin under a bit of pressure here to play around the Lightning Presses.
If he does have the Bolt, it will be lethal with Metacarpus, because Nish can only prevent 2.
That's true, that's
and
true.
And then Waning Moon will be coming in for 3. But let's see if... But does Kevin have...
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Kevin has the opportunity to defend with 2 cards here, right?
Yeah.
And then he is safe from a Lightning Press. He may be thinking about the Razor Reflex, because he doesn't know how many are played in the deck. Is the man going to block with 1 card? He's an absolute madman. I mean, he could have a defense reaction as well. Yeah, because I believe a double block on this and a Lightning Press would drop him to 1 life. Okay, defending with an Aether Ice Vein as well. Now that is interesting because like that card is dealing damage and taxing cards through AB2 here. So I imagine he must have something set up in his hand. Maybe he's got a better Aether Ice Vein, who knows? Because if he has a red Aether Ice Vein here in hand, Fuse, Waning Moon is lethal.
Yeah. Nish does have 3
Oh,
cards
no,
in hand.
no, it's no, with Metacarpus it would be. So choosing to use... Okay, I mean, I do understand this because... Okay, so I think it might come down to the Oasis Respite here. Okay, so...
Ooh.
In case, are we going to see the Metacarpus used here?
Yep.
We are, so this is coming down for 4. So only 2 of this can be prevented. So bear in mind here that Nish likely has access to 2 Oasis Respite, which would be incredibly powerful. Okay, so he's preventing 2 damage here to go to 1. Waning Moon is not lethal at this point because there is access to AB2.
But it will be lethal next turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 2 blues gone. So now Nish is on 2 card hand plus Arsenal. Now one thing is here, he could be trying to bait out a lethal attack with Lightning Press. Okay, so the Lightning Surge comes down for 4. I mean, I think even this allows him to defend with 1 card here.
Yep.
And if he defends with 1 card and Lightning Press comes down, that means there's no Oasis Respite. This has been an absolutely incredible
Kevin
game.
trying to figure out what can Nish do to kill me. What? But yeah, if Kevin's...
I feel you're defending with 1 card here if you're Kevin.
Yep.
Because I feel what you don't want to do is go a little bit crazy, try and rush your lethal and miss it. But what... I feel like a broken record, but what an incredible game.
Yeah, the Briar, Nish's turns have been very bad.
The
lack of go again in his deck.
It is fair to say that the Briar has bricked a little bit in the late game.
Yeah.
But, okay, so
Okay, there we go, this ice blue.
So this is preventing the go again from a Lightning Surge play from Arsenal.
And it's triggering the Waning Moon.
Does he have the Oasis? So this will be done in the attacking step, so he still has the ability to defend. And that's it! That's it, it's lethal! So he did have the Lightning Press available, he wasn't able to get there. Oh my god, what an incredible game of Flesh and Blood.
Yeah. Damn.
So Kevin Kim, you absolute monster.
Clutching it out
That
at the
was...
end. Everyone was doubting him, including me, but you know.
I thought he was dead 5 turns ago.
Yeah. His
heart must be absolutely pounding. Well, and a bit of a heartbreaking game for Nish there. He had all the pressure. He got stuck with a number of reds towards the end of the game, so not being able to push through the damage. But
I'm sure Nish will still be happy with his performance this weekend.
Yep, absolutely. Top 4 of Nationals.
So it looks like, top 4 Nationals, not a bad thing. Mr. Classic did it himself.
Yeah.
But anyway, looks like it will be a ice versus ice.
Yeah, so I
finals.
The other game was an Oldham Mirror, so we not actually sure who won the game. I think maybe still be going. We'll get that updated for you shortly. But we're gonna have an Iyslander versus Oldham final, and I'm really
the best ice heroes in New Zealand. Right?
I'm really looking forward to that. What an absolutely amazing game! I can't congratulate Kevin enough for how he managed to stay.
He grinded out. He never gave up. Just
much like his heroes, he stayed cool under pressure. He kept chill and he came through and got the win in the end. So, okay, bad luck to Nish. A bit of a heartbreaking loss there. He had all the advantage in the kind of early to mid game. He had a few of those hands where he just threw multiple reds, wasn't able to threaten Lightning Press, wasn't able to threaten the go again attacks. But like we said in our other games, when you're on the back foot, you need to play to your outs, and Kevin did that incredibly well. Okay. We need to go take a break. I need to take a breather.
Me
needs a breather. Yeah. Kevin probably needs a breather.
The olden game's still probably going on, but we'll be right back.
We'll be right